Welcome back to the Make Sushi channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make cloud bread. Now this was suggested to me by a user and apparently it's very popular in a place called TikTok, which I assume is a small country in Africa. But yeah, it's like marshmallows and cotton candy put together, and that's cloud bread. Now, is it the most amazing dessert in the world? No. But should you make it if you have too much time and too many eggs? Sure. And I have too much time and way too many huevos. So let's get going. Alright, first thing you're going to need is 10 grams of cornstarch, 40 grams of sugar, and 3 egg whites. For the egg whites, you're just going to crack open the eggs and then just scoop out the yolks. Now you might want to do this in separate bowls, but if you want to take the risk, do it all in one bowl like I'm doing here. The easiest way is just to take a spoon and scoop them out. They come out super easy and it's my preferred method for separating egg yolks. Okay, once you've separated, place it into a mixer and start the mixer. You're going to want to start to get it a little bit fluffy before you start adding the other ingredients. So there we go. Now we're going to add a little bit of the sugar and a little bit of the cornstarch. Do not add all the ingredients in one go. Little by little is the key. Now we're going to add a couple drops of vanilla extract, and then we're going to continue adding the rest of the sugar and the rest of the cornstarch until it's fully incorporated. Okay, and just finish off with that sugar. There we go. And then you're going to want to mix it until it's nice and stiff peaks. It might take a little bit of a while, but once it's done it should look like this. Well, not quite like this. Let me show you. Just give it a little whirl and pull it up, and there you go, a stiff peak. It doesn't wilt down, it stays nice and stiff. Now it's time to add some food coloring. So here I'm adding a couple little drops of blue food coloring. Now some food colorings may be more potent, some are a little bit weaker. This one here is a little bit weak. Just start by adding a couple little drops and seeing how it is. If you need to, you can always add a little bit more. Now don't forget, when you cook it, it does make the food coloring a little bit more strong, so you have to take that into account. Going to give it a little mix here to incorporate that little bit of food coloring into there. Okay, it looks pretty pale, but remember it will intensify as we cook it. So this looks pretty good to me right here. It's going to make a very nice strong blue cake. Okay, now to form it. So I'm going to take a tray and put some baking paper onto here and just scoop with a spatula the nice meringue sort of mixture we made and just pile it up until it's all there, and then we're going to shape it. So for that, you're going to take a spatula and just run it around and try to create it into a sort of cake shape. So just around the edges like this, a little bit on top. Now remember, the stiff meringue is going to be pretty rough to handle, so it's not going to create a super smooth, clean shape, but this will do for what we're trying to achieve here. Okay, so once it's in a rough cake shape, we can place it into the oven. Put the oven at 180 degrees Celsius, preheated. That's 355 degrees Fahrenheit. You're going to want to cook it for 25 to 28 minutes until it looks like this. And then we're going to let it cool down a little bit and then you can eat it. So people like to take these cakes and just split them open in the middle like this to reveal the beautiful color and the spongy inside. Look at that. It's like a cloud. So there we go. Now you know how to make the cloud bread. Now, it has such an interesting texture, this. It's got a very, very stable sort of meringue foam, and because of the vanilla, it gets rid of the egginess a little bit. But I think this is quite interesting, especially what, so simple ingredients have created this weird thing. Now, some people might look at this and think, this is ridiculous, why are you doing this? But while I'm making this, I'm thinking the addition to cornstarch to egg whites as you're beating them up creates a much more stable foam, and that could have other applications. Like for example, a few videos back I made these Japanese fluffy pancakes, and if I did that to it, maybe it might improve the recipe and get a better texture of pancake. So this little ridiculous fun internet thing might actually improve some of my other cooking or give me some ideas or inspiration that might lead me to create something in a different way. So always keep an open mind while cooking and just give things a try, however ridiculous they are. So thank you for watching. Hit the like button, subscribe, see you in the next video.